So another big week for us, another Hockey East weekend against another really good opponent, strong opponent. They play a structured game similar to UConn. So we certainly have to be ready. I think for us, the message this week has been, we have to. I think our starts have been really good, but I think our game's been inconsistent, especially on Friday nights. So hopefully we can rectify that this weekend. Hopefully we're ready to go tomorrow night and see how it goes.
Great. Thanks, Coach. We'll start with Bell.
Coach, Brown's old school, do you think that changes the compete level for your guys, wanting him to win against his old team, or is it kind of the same as every week?
I think it's the same as every week. I mean, I'm sure that, Brownie himself will probably be motivated, maybe a little bit more, but I expect our guys, it doesn't matter the situation, to be ready to play. Every Hockey East weekend is tough. So whoever the opponent is, we have to be ready for it. So I don't think you need any added motivation at this point.
Again, if you have any questions, please use the raise hand feature. Bell, go ahead again.
And any updates on the Comesso injury, or who's going to start Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, Drew's been he's been doing well. He's been practicing. I think he started practicing full Tuesday or Wednesday. I haven't got the update from the trainer on what his status is yet. I am probably going to go back to Vinny tomorrow night, and then we'll go from there.
Laura, go ahead.
Hi, Jay. With there being some, with you mentioned UConn playing similarly to how Lowell plays, what sorts of things did you learn from last weekend, or do you think the team learned which they can bring in to this weekend in terms of how, in terms of offense or defense?
Yeah, I think offensively, you can't force things. They're always going to have 4 and 5 guys back in the neutral zone. So they're waiting to create turnovers. We got to make sure we're not playing into their game and turning the puck over. So we got to certainly play behind their D, and then they swarm you in the D zone. So you have to keep the puck moving before they try to outnumber you. So that's one of the things that UConn does very well, and Lowell does it just as well. So that's one of the things that we have to make sure we keep the puck moving in the offensive zone and get them out of their structure.
James, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Last year, team struggled a bit against Lowell as part of kind of a slower start overall. Can you just speak to the importance of getting out on the right foot early on in the season against hockey opponents and just nationally as well?
Yeah, that was one of our things we've talked about as a group. Is the start of last year really hurt us making the national tournament. So this year we're trying to make sure we get off to a good start. I think it's been okay, but now again it's another big weekend, and we have a bye week after this. So that's the other reason that we want to make sure we have a really solid weekend before we go into that bye week to give ourselves some confidence.
Rick, go ahead.
Coach, up to now you've been playing 6 defensemen, but for the most part it seems a rotation of 5. Explain the thinking behind that, and will we see any other defense?
I just think right now we like the 5 defensive work kind of rolling over. Copeland as well he's been spotted at times. It just depends on the situation of the game. Some of the games we just felt like going with those 5 guys is the right decision. I think moving forward, we're definitely going to have to get more minutes out of our 6 defensemen, and I'm sure there'll be times where we just 7. But right now, we're sticking with 6. I'm not sure if there'll be any changes tomorrow night for the 6th one.
Any other questions for Coach? Laura, go ahead.
With the freshmen, after a few of them sat on Saturday, how do you think that they've responded this week in practice?
I think they responded very well. I know they were disappointed. Everyone on our roster wants to play, and it's disappointing when you're not in the lineup. But I think their response has been great this week. They've been really good in practice. So, we'll see. We haven't announced the lineup yet for tomorrow. That'll be done in the morning, but they've had an excellent week of practice up to this point.
Rick, go ahead.
Coach, can you tell us a little bit about this partnership with Sports Logic and what it's going to do for the program?
Sports Logic it's a analytic company, but it also backs it up with video. So it helps us not only for our own team, but scouting other teams, and it's used throughout the National Hockey League. And I think you'll see more and more college teams use it. I think the Big Ten uses it. I think it'll probably work its way into Hockey East at some point, but it just gives you a lot of information that helps some of your. You can find some of the tendencies that you might see, on video, and then it backs it up with analytics. So it's a great company, and it's been very useful for us up to this point.